Now the time has come for us to be awakened. All these problems of fundamentalism, which have not only troubled you, there are fundamentalism everywhere, the whole world. There are Christians who are fundamentalists, there are Jews who are fundamentalists, all kinds of things that, as you have seen that how first so many Muslims were killed in Yugoslavia, and now many Muslims are killing. It's going on between this and that area. Nobody has business to kill anyone, but it is happening. The reason is, it's gone into their heads that they are perfect, they have got everything. This is the worst thing that has happened in the name of God. God can never make some people available to religion and others not. These are all great saints, seers, prophets, incarnations, born on the same tree of life. Only people pluck those flowers and they are fighting with these dead flowers. Everybody is in danger these days. Everybody. Now these Shias who are in Iraq are in danger. They are hounded at by this Saddam Hussein for no reason. Kurds are in another trouble. It is impossible to understand that they never see that they are doing such horrible things in the name of God. So awakening is needed. Unless and until you are awakened, you will never understand it. Now this Sajogi, who is a Muslim and his wife is a French lady, they have written a very nice book explaining Quran very clearly. We had about 62 people from different countries like Algeria, all these countries around the Mediterranean Sea, African countries, Senegal, who were communists. And they think now they have lost their faith in communism. So maybe the people might fall into fundamentalism. And they are very much worried about it. So they are all coming to India for about 5 days. They are going to have a proper understanding of Sahaja. Sahaja Yoga is the culmination of all the religions. As Mohammed Sahib also has said, you have to be a wali. He has talked about resurrection, Qiyamah, a complete chapter is there. But they don't want to talk about it. And the Sharia that they are using is actually from the 5 angels, from the 5 books. The 3rd book of Irmaya, where in English they call it Jeremiah, where Moses was the one who talked of this Sharia, because when he came from the mountain of Tur, he found the people were absolutely getting into complete decadence conditions. Absolutely. All kinds of horrible things they were doing. Got a fright. He said, how can I tell them about these 10 commandments? They will never listen to me. They have gone beyond any redemption. So then, because they were so badly off, he made these rules of Sharia for the Jews, not for the Muslims. That time there were no Muslims. But the Muslims took all these 5 angels as a part of their religion. Out of that, they picked up this. And they started using this Shariat. Shariat is not in Quran. Muhammad Sahib has not taken note of it, I think. Shariat is in this another 5 books of the Old Testament. So this was taken over so much by the Muslims because other religions are more money oriented. A Christian religion is more money oriented. They want to make money in the name of God. But Muslims thought that better to take to power. So they made it power oriented. To make it power oriented, they had to suppress the people. They had to tell them that you can't do this, you can't do that, this is not proper, that is not proper. Otherwise, if you do like this, we'll cut your throat, or your hands will be cut. And they do all these things, no doubt, because I have been to Riyadh on every Friday. People are buried alive in the hot sand. Only their heads are kept out. And so many people go to watch it. They really enjoy watching that. So horrible it is. They are just, burning inside. The hot sand is burning them. They can't get out. And only you can see their faces and head, and they ultimately die. This kind of cruelty, how could it be possible for God to do? Because He is Rahmat, He is Rahim. And it is even worse than gas chamber, I can tell you, because you see in front of you somebody dying like that. But when they are there, they don't drink, they don't smoke. They do it secretly, they do. Once I was traveling from Riyadh to London and I slept off. When I opened my eyes, they were all in burqa. They had come in burqa, they had covered themselves up and everything. Then I got up, I saw very fashionable ladies, very fashionable. I thought we stopped somewhere or what. So I asked the air hostess, did we stop somewhere? She said, no, it's a direct flight. But I said, how these ladies, how have they come in? They said, they are the same. You see, they are wearing the burqa and all that. Now see, this is what they are. They're painting themselves, they're all doing everything. So this is unnatural. Muhammad Sahib was a very practical man. He would never have said something very unnatural. It's unnatural. Of course, he asked women to cover themselves up. Also, one of the reasons is that the place is full of dust. Even the men cover their heads, mouth like that. So full of dust. And he respected women so much. He thought that the women should not be abused as prostitutes. So he said, whatever it is. Because there were very few men, very few. Most of the young men had died. And so many women. He said, you marry 5 times if you like, but marry. Don't have women who are like prostitutes. So to give importance to marriage, he married himself and he made others also marry. But it's not compulsory that you should marry. Under those circumstances, in Sanskrit we call it samayachar. The time, that was the time. And according to the time, these people found out things, what is to be done for that particular time. Now, for example, now we have drugs. They didn't have drugs at that time. Even Muhammad Sahib time, there were no smoking. He, of course, he knew about the alcohol, so he said no more alcohol. But there was no smoking, so Muslims think that if you smoke, it's all right because it's allowed. It's an escape, just an escape. Now the drugs also, I was surprised in these Arabic countries, they are taking drugs. Young people are taking drugs. Quite a lot, even ladies take drugs there. It's very surprising. The reason for that is again that in the Quran there is no word of drugs.